What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the position change trading and chem style trading in the third episode of this series. These two methods are very effective. Let's get started. First of all, I want to show you guys what it's all about, right? What is position change trading? There's two different ways you can do it, okay? First one, you want to look at central players or cards that do well in other positions, so like left forward, left mid, left wing. Or for a central player, you can look at center attacking mid, striker, center forward, center mid, and CDM. So there's one way you can do this. And I can apply this to the chem style trading as well. I'm going to show you a lot of different things in this video, so I would maybe take some notes or something like this, because a lot of these filters are really good to use, especially at the start of the year. This is more to do when the full game does come out and when people are playing the actual game, because when the web app is out and the EA access, people may not be doing EA access and playing the game. They might just be on the market a lot and just opening packs. So this might not be something you do at the start of the game, but this is definitely something you can do at any point during the game, as long as the game is not dead, of course. So the first thing you can do here is you can set a position, and you can look at a central player like Ben Yedder, for example. Now, obviously, these values are going to be a lot different, so please don't look at the values that I'm looking at right now. I'm going to give you a lot of hypotheticals because I am showing you guys in FIFA 19, which right now it's September 8th, so when I'm recording this video. So the values of these players are going to be way different when FIFA 20 drops and is in full form. So, for example, I'll look at a Ben Yedder with a center forward card in it. A striker to a center forward card probably costs you about 400 or 500 coins. Maybe at this point in the game, I'm not too sure about when the full game does come out, but if you see right here, I can't even find a center forward Ben Yedder because the market's so dead. So what you would end up doing here, right, you would be looking at a center forward version of Ben Yedder, and if you saw a big undercut on him, say for example like 1,000, 2,000 coin undercut, you can realistically buy that card and probably list him like 500, 700 coins under the cheapest one on the market. And yes, sometimes it might sell in a couple hours, but it's gonna sell, and you can make about 1,000 coins profit here and there. This is really good with central players because you can look at a Ben Yedder with a cam card, which will go for a lot more than just when he's going for a center forward. You can look at him with a center mid, a CDM. A player I did this with a lot last year was Dele Alli, and find a player that's like your niche. So like someone that's gonna do really well with you, and you just keep on flipping them every single time. You just know a lot of people are listing them up. The reason why this happens and you can get like some pretty good undercuts is because they'll play with a card, they'll have a chem style on them, or they'll have a position change modifier on them, and then they won't sell them for the price of what they are with the chem style or position change. They'll sell them for the actual value of the player. So for example, if Dele Alli with a center forward is going to be more than what he is with a center attacking mid, just because there's more of an emphasis, because he might be used for links to people, or he might be used there because you could switch in game, etc. So somebody might put this up as if they were putting up a center attacking mid Dele Alli, and maybe he'll be 7,000 coins with the center attacking mid. That player lists him at 6.7, 6.8k, but then realistically, a center forward card may be 8.4k. That guy lists him up at 6.8k. You can actually buy him and probably sell him for about 7.5, 7.8k, realistically. Again, another one is like a striker, center forward. This is one way of doing this, especially with central players. I think this is really helpful for you guys. Look at like in-demand center attacking mids, strikers, center forwards, etc. You could do this as well with some certain center mids that get pretty good links with players. Now, if you're just bored with like the position itself, go and add a chem style as well to it. So this is honestly, this is one of my favorite methods to do last year because it was so creative in some of the filters that I did. So for example, you could do Dele Alli with a striker with a hunter, and you can look at that card. Obviously, again, there's nothing on the market because no one's playing the game, but you would see actually someone convert him to a striker and had a hunter card on him, and may have put him at a really big undercut Whereas, you know, he has an added value now because 1, he has a position change, and 2, he has a good chem style. That's something you guys want to look at. I'm going to show you a couple different examples. Dele Alli is one, Ben Yedder's another one, Lingard. These players that have good nationalities, that are decent players, they get good links to players in the front line, or people use them as a CDM in-game. They switch them. This is really effective early on. Like I just said, if you just get bored by doing the different positions, like for example, like Dele Alli on the market might be 7,000 coins, but someone lists him up at, you know, with a striker card at 6.5k, him with a striker card is 8k. You can realistically sell that for 7.5, 7.6. That's a really good method to do. A lot of central players. This is the same with, actually, I probably wouldn't even, I'm not going to put that in there, but to move on, we can use, if you want to not do central players, you can do left-sided players or right-sided players. So, for example, like a player that I did really well with this year was Anthony Martial. Again, you can look at left forward, left wing, left mid, and find different positions for them. Some undercuts there with a certain chem style as well. For forwards and like center attack and mid players, you want to look at Hunter as the chem style, or Hawk. Another one for like CDMs, you want to look at like shadow cards. That just is a lot better. Again, this is one way of doing the position change method. Another way of doing it is physically buying him at left wing, right? That it's his original position, and getting the actual consumables to put him as a left forward and sell him for more. So, for example, Martial with a left wing might be at the start of the game or any point in FIFA. Say, for example, him with a left wing right now on the market is, you know, 3,000 coins, right? You go and look at him with a left forward, he might be 6,000 coins or 4.5k, right? I'm just looking right here. None of these with a left forward are coming up. One's up at 7k. Obviously, that's not going to sell. We're at the end of the game. But you can realistically, the card will be more in price. You can, one, look at an undercut on the left forward filter, and you can flip him in that filter. Or you can buy him as a left wing, and you can get a position modifier, go from left wing to left forward, and you can possibly make profit on that card depending on the chem style and how much you got the card for. That is like 2 ways you could pretty much do the position change method. So like right there, I would buy the left wing to left forward card, put him as a left forward for, like, you know, he's 350 coins right here. It would cost me in total about 3,300 coins. Sell him for 4,200 coins. You make about 700 to 800 coins on that card, and that's just really good low budget filters to use. Like I said, if you want to, you can use different positions with different chem styles. These are really effective ways to make coins, man. If you can be more creative in the way that you're, you know, looking at different players, looking at them in different positions. Like I said, central players are good to use because you can use them center forwards, center attacking mids, strikers, center mids, and CDMs. And people will search them up on the market as such. Like, if they want to get a good link or a strong link to an English center back, and Dele Alli is somebody that they want to switch in-game, they'll buy Dele Alli with a CDM card to get that strong link with the center back. So this is something you could do, especially the first couple months of the year. I think it's really effective. Let's go on to, I hope I showed you guys like some decent filters there. It's all about being creative with that filter in that trading method. The next one I want to show you guys is the chemistry style. Now this is a little different. This is 2 filters that I figured out this year that are really effective. At any point in the game you can do this. What ends up happening here is you can do defender and shadow, and you can do forward and hunter. The reason why these 2 filters are really good, and one of my friends taught me this method, is because, for example, somebody will list an Eric Bailly up at 700 or 800 coins or whatever his value is at the time, but they won't realize that they have a shadow chem style on that card. So you can look at the cheapest one on the market, and you can set a filter. So like defenders and shadow, obviously Bailly is up there. But if, for example, the cheapest one on the market is 1,600 coins, you could realistically flip this Bailly. You'd have to snipe them because it's going to be a popular filter earlier on. This is more well known, I would say, now than it was like 2 years ago. But you would go and buy the Bai, and then what you would do is you would go and look at Bai's price with a Shadow Chem style. Because like I just said, people list up for really big undercuts because they just see what the player's original price is. But they also buy, and these are casuals. This is what drives the casuals up. This is realistic right here. You see Bai at 2,000 coins, probably doesn't sell because it's, you know, the time of the year. But you could buy him at 1,000 coins and sell him at 1,800, 1,700 coins and make coins like that. That's why I was telling you guys, you can look at different players in the market like Ben Yedder and look at him with a center attack in mid and a Hunter Chem style, because these cards, just so many different values are getting put onto these players. And people, the casuals, are just literally listing them up on the market. So, again, you would look up Forward and Hunter, and you would just see what the cheapest one on the market is. And then for me, one of the best ways to, you know, I would guess snipe this year is to just compare the actual price. So, like, just press square, and you just see if they come up. It's usually the best way for me to snipe. It's easier than just doing this, where if I do this real quick, if I just keep doing this, it's just an easier way to get transfer banned. So I would say look at just the compare price method. If it doesn't work, go on to one of those other filters that I just talked about. Hopefully this video kind of helped you guys out. I feel like I covered a good amount of it with the position change method and the chem style trading. This was about a 12-minute video, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like if you are new, subscribe as well, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace!